Good afternoon, everyone, both in-house and online. It's interesting, for the past 15 years, I've had the opportunity and the privilege to be standing on a stage at the Haig Brown House property, welcoming everybody on behalf of the Fall Festival at Haig Brown and on behalf of the museum staff, board, and volunteers. But we're into different days now, and I'm standing at the on the Tidemark stage, basically doing the same welcoming. We will be hosting the annual Stewardship Awards from the City of Campbell River, as we've done every year for the Haig Brown Festival. And this year we will be doing it from the Tidemark stage. I would really like to just give a quick nod out or appreciation to the Tidemark Theatre for being very creatively ahead in seeing the changes that came with the COVID pandemic and realizing that as a resource for the community, we had to get out in front of it and come up with techniques and technologies for this kind of event where we can still host them and then live stream them out to audiences that can't be with us today. So thank you to the Tidemark. In a moment, I'll ask, and if there's a virtual clap on your monitor at home, you can push that now, and we'll see it. In a moment, I'll ask Laverne Henderson to come on stage to perform a welcome song for us, a welcoming as we would traditionally do at the Haig Brown Festival. And Laverne will be followed by remarks from Andy Adams, our mayor, and then it will be turned over to Stacey Larson to MC the Stewardship Awards. So Laverne, if you could come out on stage and we can begin with a traditional welcome song.
Gela Kessler, Ola Gela Awinakwis. I welcome to your territory of the Liquita Nation. We give our strength, we give our prayers to the river, and we want to see the river next year. But we're here for that today, and I hope we all celebrate by this viral celebration, because I'm happy to be here every year. My name's Laverne Henderson, and my big house Skutsi name is Nunzi Gilakisa. Wahia, 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 Gela Kasta. Oh, Canada, wahia. Sida, oh, Canada. Waiye, oh, Canada. Waiye, hey. Gela Kiasla, Ola Kiala, Awina Quiz. Gela Kiasla, hola kiala, awina quiz. Gela Kias, hola kiala, awina quiz. Gela Kiasla, hey. Oh, Canada, wahia. Sida, so Canada, waiye, Wa-iye, oh Canada, wa-iye. Oh Canada, wa-iye. Sida, sida, oh Canada, wa-iye, wa-iye, oh Canada, wa-iye. Gaelic is-
Ken, do you want me to just go ahead? Yep. Awesome, thank you. Let me get my notes here. When Ken was first commenting about being here in the Tidemark Theatre, I also wanted to extend appreciation to the Tidemark staff, but I wasn't quite sure where he was going, where to those in-house and those out-house, but we'll leave that one as it is. But good afternoon for everyone and happy Rivers Day. I'm pleased to join you at this year's Stewardship Awards with Councillors Charlie Cornfield and Councillor Colleen Evans. And thanks to Ken Blackburn for your creativity and ideas of always finding ways to honor Campbell River stewardship community, in particular during these challenging times of COVID-19. This celebration is important to our community. Roderick Haig Brown and Ann Elmer were inspiring people, and they cared about justice, conservation, and their fellow citizens. How very fortunate we are that they made Campbell River their home. Our citizens continue to benefit from their example and their rich legacy. Congratulations and thanks to our Stewardship Award nominees, to all of them, and today we honor your interest in conservation issues and your ongoing work to improve our environment. I'm pleased to recognize Greenways Land Trust's significant ongoing contribution to our community, and Sandra Milligan is here in a physically separated, respectful physical distancing here in the theater. But I also want to give special thanks as well to the City of Campbell River. Terry Martin, our environmental coordinator, is here as well and has been very instrumental in these awards. And also to the museum and Sandra Parrish, looking after the museum along with Ken Blackburn, but also the Haig Brown property and the Writers in Residence, a great feature story that you had on the Writers in Residence program. So thank you to the museum for continuing to find ways to celebrate. I hope that you all plan to attend either virtually or in person tonight's presentation of Iko Jones' Heartbeat of the River. If anybody is familiar with Iko's work, this is going to be a showing that you don't want to miss. So tune in either virtually or if hopefully you've made some arrangements to come down here to the theater where it will be a safe environment. So to Stacy and to Ken, thank you for the invitation to be part of this. And again, congratulations to all the nominees, but in particular the winners. Thank you.
As always, I move the microphone down. So thank you to everybody that's here. And I'd just like to start off by saying good afternoon and welcome to the 19th year of the City of Campbell River's Stewardship Awards program. I'm Stacey Larson, Community Advisor with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans Canada, a role which sees me working closely with volunteer stewards, Greenways Land Trust, city staff, elected officials, and city committees, which is why I'm here today as your MC. So first, I'd like to acknowledge our elected officials here today, Mayor Andy Adams, thank you for the introduction and the welcome, Councillor Evans and Cornfield and Evans, we'll do it in order. Also, thanks again to the Museum of Campbell River for hosting this festival, as well as the Tidemark Theatre. And I just wanted to say a very special thank you to Laverne Henderson, if she's still here. That was, as always, a very meaningful way to open our ceremony. And as well, I would like to make a special thank you to some of the behind-the-scenes city staff that do organize this every year. Terry Martin, Laura Howen, Tanya Woods, Julie Douglas, and others on the selection committee this year were Cynthia Ben-Dixon of Greenways Land Trust and Shannon Anderson of Fisheries and Oceans. So thank you to the whole team that makes this happen. This certainly is a different year, as others have alluded to. Although we weren't able to host the awards at our traditional spot at Haig Brown House on the banks of the Campbell River, we're fortunate to be here at the Tidemark and to have the ceremony live streamed. Our virtual audience was treated to a number of images of ceremonies gone by and a selection of projects from fry releases, broom bashes, storm drain marking, and community garden constructions. So clearly the volunteer effort is alive and well. I just wanted to say, I think for all of us, with the many months of what we've been through, we've realized the importance of the cycles of nature and how important it is for all of us to get out and be within nature to help put things into perspective and to know that despite other things being interrupted all the time, there's certain things that don't get interrupted. So it's been a good touch point for all of us. This year, we've returned to the roots of the Stewardship Awards, focusing on 3 categories: habitat protection and creation, youth special recognition, and environmental excellence. I'm going to do the third finger, some other finger. Sorry, that was didn't work out well. So the number of nominations carried forward as well as the new ones make the choices difficult. Reviewing the nomination forms and the passion expressed by the nominators is impressive. We're thankful for the ongoing level of commitment and care that has gone into restoring our natural areas. The importance can't be said enough, and I think all of us appreciate that. So we're going to start off with the first category, habitat protection and creation. This is our traditional stewardship category, which always has the highest number of nominees. 11 carry forwards from previous years, and new folks this year included Tom Hall, who adopted the Willow Creek Estuary, spending countless hours working on improving the estuary. Dedicated Dave from the Wee-Wai-Kum Coastal Guardians program, whose eco-cultural fences in the Campbell River Estuary to protect sedge plantings are a work of art. Darlene and Adam Sue, along with Shannon Proctor, who have removed truckloads of garbage from the Quinsam area, and Ray Goodwin, who has overcome drug addiction and homelessness, working with the Get to the Point program to clean up litter at homelessness encampments in our green spaces. But I would like to introduce and present to you the recipient this year, who is Miles Tolley. So just wanted to, I'm going to introduce you, Miles. Miles, if you want to stand up at the X, and I'm going to just speak to your award first. Perfect. And if you can just face the cameras up in front of us, Miles, thank you so much. So I'd like to tell you all about Miles' achievements. His nominator noted that he is one of the individuals in our day services program. With the COVID-19 shutdown in March, they were unable to carry on with the usual supports. Miles came up with a cleanup plan that has been diligently removing bags of trash each week in his neighborhood on Evergreen Road. Miles' route includes both sides of the road from Peterson to the old Hydro building and up and down the ERT road. And I did see Miles in the spring working diligently on the ERT road. His nominator says Miles has made a huge difference, and we agree. He has not let the weather discourage him. He wears full rain gear and takes great pride in keeping his area trash-free. He ensures he wears appropriate personal protective equipment to be seen while out on the road, and he enjoys the waves and the honks he gets while beautifying the area. The area where Miles works has or is near to roadside ditches, we often overlook habitat in ditches. Yet some are fish-bearing in this area, and they are connected to fish-bearing streams nearby. Ditches also support amphibians and supply food and nutrients to nearby streams. Miles' efforts helps to prevent roadside trash from making its way into ditches and fouling them, and also salmon-bearing and cutthroat-bearing creeks. We thank you, Miles, for your cheerful dedication and leadership. Please join me in congratulating Miles. And Miles, in years past, we would all give you a very heartfelt handshake. So we're doing that virtually now with our smiles. Congratulations again. I'm going to move on to the youth special recognition. There was one carry forward in this group. So mentioning those, we've got Charlie McNair. Charlie, we see you, and your time on the stage is coming soon. And I just wanted to note that Charlie was also recognized as a National Girl Guides of Canada recipient for her environmental work as well. Haley Beeman is new this year and worked on everything at GLT, willing to try it all. So congratulations, Haley, for your hard work. We'd also like to thank the many school kids and their teachers with their parents during COVID who've taken on restoration projects, including painting storm drains and also learning to care for the natural world. And this year, I would like to introduce our recipient is Braden Magic. We'll get Braden up on the stage here too. Congratulations, Braden. Braden has taken on the task of caring for Greenways Land Trust planting site at the Dick Murphy Park. That's down on the Spit. Created in the fall of 2000. Dick Murphy Park. My goodness. I'm going to retract that. Sorry. This is what happens when you go off of your notes. This is created in the fall of 2018. This involves mulching, regularly watering, and managing invasive plants. He has also been conducting plant survival surveys and has completed a significant amount of public outreach with passerby, explaining the work and goals of the project. Braden has also supported similar work at GLT's Georgia Park Forest site. His nominator describes him as a positive role model and a great example of a community steward. This follow-up work at planting sites is critically important. For the most part, funding programs tend to leave this aspect of restoration underfunded and untracked. The glitzy planting parties get the photo shoots and the media releases, and then it's over for the funders. That's when the work has really just started. Volunteer organizations are then left to find other labor and funding sources to keep up the maintenance, to make sure that the project flourishes. Access to water and takeover by invasive plants are key considerations. We thank you, Braden, for taking on this challenge, one that many registered professional biologists also struggle with. So keep it up. Thank you. And Braden had told me before, he's just starting his second year at North Island College and had graduated from Carey High. So thank you so much, Braden, for all your hard work. I'm going to move on to Environmental Excellence. It's our last award of the presentation ceremony. And again, there were many carryovers here too, and many nominees appeared in more than one category. So we would like to acknowledge Gordon Hunt with Greenways Land Trust, volunteering with school groups and working individually during COVID. And for the award winner, we are happy to congratulate Ed Silkins. Congratulations, Ed. Now, Ed can't be here today. We do have Camille Andrews, who is going to pick up his award for him and give it to him at a later date. So I'd just like to tell you more about Ed. Ed has been away birding, and for safety reasons felt that it would be unwise to attend in person today. So again, thank you, Camille, for accepting the award on his behalf. For 20 years, Ed has been taking care of purple martin nest boxes. Each year, he has made several visits to the over 15 boxes that are on wood pilings in the Campbell River estuary off Mert Thompson Trail. He's also been involved in the design and installation of a new piling in which the nest boxes can be lowered and raised for monitoring. Ed has recently retired from his stewarding role on this project. Ed sent along these thoughts. We have a very nice population of purple martins that now reside at the estuary and that are doing well after 20 years of attention and care. I hope that someone else can take over tending to them with the same degree of concern and care for another 20 years. There are also several bird boxes up at Oyster Bay and Fry Lake, where there was an abundant bird population in the 1950s. I would love if someone kept up with caring for the bird nest boxes there. So everyone who's listening or in attendance, take note. There's an opening. His nominator describes him as a wonderfully knowledgeable and kind teacher and mentor to GLT staff who will be willing to take on this project in the future. When the contribution of birds is so often overlooked, we are thankful for your long service, Ed. So thank you, Ed. We'll have Camille come up and accept his award for him. Thank you. And welcome to Camille Andrews as a new employee at Greenways Land Trust. She's new to our community, so thank you for taking Ed's award on his behalf, Camille. Do you want to try the other mic?
Ed asked me to pass on a few names that he said he could never have done it without. The first being his wife, Thelma, and also Vicki Hansen and Lynn Patterson, who volunteered alongside him. So I just wanted to pass that on as well. But I'm very happy for Ed to have won this award. He's been a wonderful mentor. Thank you.
Thank you. So these are trying times, and we need community spirit and kindness more than ever. We thank all of the stewards for their contributions to keep our natural spaces functioning and beautiful. You are an inspiration. I have just one closing announcement and then also a safety closing announcement from the Tidemark as well. So as we do file out of the Tidemark, don't forget to put on your masks. Award recipients, mayor and council, could we please ask you to pause outside of the theater for a quick physically distanced group photograph? Thank you. And just as part of the Tidemark Theatre COVID-19 safety plan, we request that you please remain seated until the ushers direct you to exit. We also request that once you leave the auditorium, you continue to move through the lobby and exit the building. Thank you. And we've just got a closing remarks here from Ken, but thanks all of you for taking the time and making it here. And to everybody at home, please go see a river for Rivers Day and enjoy the beautiful fall moments that we're being lucky enough to see right now. So thanks for everybody for today. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Stacey, and congratulations to all of the winners today. But I would also just like to give a shout out to all of the stewardship and environmental work that goes on every day in this community. This is also the weekend of our Art and Earth Festival that celebrates really the environmental work that's done here alongside all of the art that is done here and just the artistic contributors to our community that make Campbell River such an amazing place. We've had contributions from Greenways Land Trust, from the Campbell River Art Gallery, from the Tidemark Theatre, from the museum at Campbell River, from the Campbell River Arts Council, from patrons of the arts, from the Haig Brown Institute, and it truly is a wide spectrum of input that again celebrates, I think, what makes this community so amazing. As Mayor Andy Adams said earlier, we are concluding the festival this evening from this very stage with the annual Haig Brown Lecture that will be given by award-winning filmmaker Eichel Jones. So hopefully some of you can return tonight in person for that, but if not, there are still online tickets that can be purchased through the Tidemark website. Congratulations, everybody, today. Thank you, councillors, for being here, and thank you for everybody tuning in. And that's a wrap.